Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. We are looking to bring to you tonight a game between the Yokohama DeNa BayStars and the Yomiuri Giants. We're going to give you first the starting lineup for the visitors from Yokohama. Leading off and in left field is number 7, Kaita Sano. Batting second in center field is number 1, Masayuki Kuwahara. In the 3 spot is playing third base is number 51, Toshiro Miyazaki. Batting fourth at second base is number 2, Shugo Maki. Batting fifth at first base is number 99, Neftali Soto. Hitting sixth in right field is number 0, Taishi Oda. Hitting in the 7th spot and playing shortstop is number 9, Yamato. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 50, Yudai Yamamoto. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 11, Katsuki Azuma. And they're going to be facing Kai Yokokawa, who takes the mound with a 4-4 record for the Giants and a 3.34 ERA. He will get the nod tonight for Yomiuri. And now your starting lineup for the Yomiuri Giants. Leading off in left field, wearing number 7 is Hisayoshi Chono. Batting second and playing second base is number 2, Naoki Yoshikawa. Hitting third and playing shortstop is number 6, Hayato Sakamoto. And the cleanup spot and playing third base is number 25, Kaz Okamoto. Batting fifth and doing the catching is number 24, Takumi Oshiro. Batting sixth in center field is number 42, Lewis Brinson. In the 6th spot, or checked out the 7th spot and playing first base, number 55, Yudo Akihiro. Batting eighth in right field is number 51, Shogo Asano. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 62, Kai Yokokawa. And they're going to be facing Katsuki Azuma, who has an 8-2 record on the year. He's worked 103 innings. He's allowed 92 hits, 27 runs, 26 have been earned. He has walked 12 and struck out 74. He's also got a 2.27 earned run average. Those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We got to get ourselves and our feed all set up. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are underway here. The first two outs for the BayStars in their half of the first inning. It's a 1-ball-and-1-strike count to Miyazaki, and he takes a breaking ball down for a ball, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. As we said before, we were off to a little bit of a slow start. It is Shugomaki who waits his turn on deck. We will get you up to date on all that information in just a moment. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and count goes to 3-1 on Miyazaki. Miyazaki hitting .338 on the season with 15 homers and 56 runs batted in, facing the left-hander Yokohama here, who rocks into the motion and delivers. That is a breaking ball that just misses up, and that's going to be ball 4. And Miyazaki's going to be aboard with a 2-out walk here in the first inning. We'll also try to get you caught up on some of the other pieces of information. Our friend Tyler, he's got the BayStars on Moneyland. KRSEDFS says, "Who we betting on tonight, boys?" Well, I don't know if I like the pitcher for the Giants, but I certainly do like their lineup. But the BayStars lineup looks pretty good as well, and they certainly have the pitcher in Azuma going tonight against Yokohama, who would have the decisive edge if they were playing at home. So the runner at first is Miyazaki. Shugomaki stepping to the plate, hitting .290 with 18 homers and 70 runs batted in. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Maki. Maki gets the start at second tonight. Compact hitter in his 3rd year in the NPB. As the lefty ready to go, here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in underneath it is the left fielder for the Giants, and it's going to be Chono making the catch. And that is going to do it here for the BayStars in their half of the first inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was no errors, and there was a 1 runner left aboard. Your score after a half inning, it is the BayStars 0 and the Giants coming to bat. Another Hollis build in the house tonight. Tyler's in. We're going to have ourselves a good crowd. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few after this. We appreciate you guys for listening in. Here is our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, everybody. Steve coming at you, and welcome to Last Reps Baseball. Tonight should be an exciting matchup between 2 Japanese powerhouse baseball teams. I hope you all enjoy this and treat Freddie with all the respect he deserves. Call a good game, Freddie, and who knows, someday you may even see me in one of these games. And if you don't, you might want to come check out my channel and see what I do. You know what? But hey, let's get back to Freddie. Let's get some baseball. Let's just have a great, great game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order coming to bat for the Giants. It's going to be Chono, Yoshikawa, and Sakamoto to get things going. Our friend Byron jumps in asking, where can I watch this? What network? Well, Brian, if you want to become a member of our channel, in our members only section, we give a list of options of where you can find the games that are going to be streamed live. But all the games going on, we're not going to get into that or the live links and all the rest of that stuff that would get us into trouble. So you're welcome to join. You're welcome to do that, or you're welcome to do what everybody else does, and that would be search the web for it. So here comes Chono to the plate. He's hitting .281 on the season. He's got 3 homers and 13 runs driven in. And so he steps to bat to face Azuma for the first time. Azuma, as we said, 8-2 record on the year, working 103 innings to this part, and he's got a 2.27 ERA. So they're sending one of their top arms to the hill. So Chono stepping to the dish. Originally was a Yomiuri Giant, and then he went to the Hiroshima Toyo Carp for 4 seasons. He enjoyed some years there. He's now come back to the Giants here in his latter stages. Here comes the first offering from the lefty Azuma, who delivers a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Our friend Zay has joined as a new member. We appreciate you there, Zay. We thank you for your support. We will be posting some stuff up here on the daily. So we thank you for joining the channel as well. And there is a fastball that's taken for a strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. Our friend Tyler says, what do you think about Bauer dicing lately? I find that fascinating. The American media, or I say the North American media, absolutely skewering him early in the year when he was getting lit up. As the 0-2 is on the way, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Chono, and the count now is 1-2. But on the flip side about it, the Japanese media, he's a media darling over in Japan. I think his YouTube pages are exploding. He's a superstar over there. They love him. And they never talk about what goes on off the field, which is interesting as well. Here's the offering at 0-2. It's a 1-2 fastball swung on, grounded over to short, fielded by the shortstop Yamato, who throws to first. That's going to retire Chono on a ground out 6-3. So one up and one away here for the Giants, and that's now going to bring up the second baseman, Naoki Yoshikawa. Our friend Tyler says, yeah, people are so quiet now. Our friend Tyler says, I love watching his vlogs. And that's absolutely it. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear jumps in and gives some advice out. And you know what? I have to tell you, I have to say that we're kind of getting tired of it. And that's why I just put it up on the page. If somebody wants to go in there and pay the $2, they can go and see it. As the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away to Yoshikawa, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler says 17 scoreless innings and not a single chirp. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. We appreciate that, Zay, as well. We hope you enjoy it. I've got some neat stuff that's going to be coming up. As I said, I've done a couple of little posts so far because we just put it up on the weekend, and I've got some other things that are going to be coming up here shortly, especially when I get to Japan. That's going to be a lot of fun as the fastball misses outside, and the count is now 2-1 to Yoshikawa. Counting the days down as it's going to be a week from Saturday, so 9 days away. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear says, just wanted to get it out of the way. Yeah, no, we can appreciate that too. There's just so many. I mean, sometimes people call or not call, but send us information or text. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right center field. It's up against the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Yoshikawa, and he's going to cruise in with a stand-up double. That's going to be the first hit of the ball game for either team, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Hayato Sakamoto. Well, for Sakamoto, he's hitting .286 on the season. He's got 13 homers and 36 runs driven in. The longtime shortstop for the Giants having himself an outstanding season. And I say outstanding season, he's been hampered a bit by injuries, and he's also getting toward the back end of his career. If there was a player that could have went to Major League Baseball 10 years ago or maybe 7 or 6 years ago, this would have been the guy, but he gets compensated well enough to be the star in the face of the Giants. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into right center field. Drifting over to his left and making the catch is the center fielder, Kawahara, and tagging at second is the runner, Yoshikawa. He's going to advance over to third. So that's going to be a fly out to center for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Kazuo Okamoto. I do have to say it is kind of fun watching these teams play because we call mostly the Pacific League games and we do some interleague stuff. And it's very rarely that we'll take the time to go out of our way to call the Giants or any of the teams that are in the Central League, but we're going to do tonight and we're going to do tomorrow as well. So it may not be a quick and easy get-go, but we'll do the best we can on both the nights to bring you the feeds. As the first offering coming here to Okamoto, as the lefty Azuma kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down for a ball. The count is 1-0. On the season, Okamoto batting .299. He's got 31 homers to go with 72 runs batted in. And when I look at the Tokyo Dome, and I can't wait to get inside it, I've been to the Tokyo Dome, I've been to the Hall of Fame, and been around the stadium, never been inside, but it looks very, very small. It's a very hitter-friendly park. Certainly the gaps into center field, not as deep. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Moving over to his right and making the catch is Kuwahara. And that is going to do it here for the Giants in their half of the inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There was a hit by Yoshikawa. There was no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. We are now through one complete inning, and your score is The Yomiuri Giants, nothing. And the Yokohama DeNa BayStars, nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate everybody for popping in. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear sends us a super chat, and we appreciate everybody here for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this with top of the second inning. Hang tight, everybody.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here for the BayStars in their half of the inning. That means Neftali Soto, Taishi Oda, and Yamato to come and face the lefty Kai Yokokawa, who is on for his second inning of work. Our friend Diggs BTW7 is listening in on Twitch. We appreciate you for jumping in here on that. We do stream on Twitch as well as YouTube, but YouTube is our main venue. Our friend Flash, the agent, is in the house tonight as well. There's a first pitch fastball that misses down and in to Soto for ball one. The count's 1-0. Soto on the season batting .232. He's got 7 homers and 29 RBIs. He started the season slowly, but has recently been picking up the average as the fastball swung on. It's lifted down the right field line. It's going to drift into the seats. I find it fascinating that in a lot of the stadiums, of course, in Fukuoka and Saitama and different places where they have this, what I call temporary seating down the lines in front of the netting. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses outside. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Soto didn't go, and that's going to even bring the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. And when you're in, we're going to check that. Is it 2-1 or 1-2? The home plate umpire is looking back up to the press box. They've got 2-1 up odds there, and he's flashing 1-2. So let's see what we have. Here comes the offering. It is a fastball that just misses inside. And in our books, the count is 3-1. That's what the official scoring has. So we're going to stay with that one for now. As he rocks into the windup, he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And that's going to make the count full at 3-2. So there's our answer. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Flash, the agent, says, what is everyone on in this game? Well, I'd have to say my needle points towards the BayStars in this one, just because of the pitcher that they have going and the lineup they've got. There's a fastball. Take it for a called third strike. Oh, Soto stood there like the house by the side of the road, and he watched that one go by for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away. And that's going to bring up Taishi Oda. Well, for Oda on the season, he's batting .225. He's got a couple of homers and 7 runs driven in. Gets the start tonight in right field. As the lefty ready to go, gets his sign from his catcher Oshiro, and there's a first pitch fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. Counts 1-0. Is a national holiday in Japan today, but this is, strangely enough, the only day game that's taking place. There's a breaking ball swung on, his tap softly over to second, fielded neatly by Yoshikawa. He throws to first, retires Oda easily on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Yamato. Well, for Yamato, he's batting .255 on the year. He's got no homers and 14 RBIs. He gets the start at shortstop tonight. And here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As I go back and look at the first inning, we missed the first two batters. Sano had grounded out to first, and it looked like that Kuwahara had flown out to left to begin the ball game. We picked it up with Miyazaki drawing the walk. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Yamamoto. Our friend Rob is in here. He says, do you think it'll be a low-scoring game? Certainly, I think the Giants will be at a tough time to score runs. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted down the right field line. Moving over is the right fielder, Asano, and he's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it. So we got a 3-up, 3-down inning here for the BayStars in their half of the second. This game's moving quick. No runs, no hits, no errors, and this time nobody left the board. We're now through 1.5. Your score is the Giants nothing, the BayStars nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're going to the bottom of the second inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in here with us. Friend Matt Hollis has been in here in the chat tonight. Well, here he is right here.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Zuma's completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get back to work here as Oshiro, Brinson, and Akihiro will come to bat here in the second inning. So Oshiro, who comes to bat, he's hitting .278 on the season. He's got himself 13 homers and 41 runs batted in as he gets the start behind the plate tonight. Just getting a little bit of the replay of the rookie right fielder that the Giants have rolled out. Our friend Brown Breakers Sports Break says he took the BayStars at the bottom of the first. So here is the lefty-lefty matchup as the first pitch to Oshiro is a fastball that misses down for ball one. The count is 1-0. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear doing his homework, and that as he said that he has not had the BayStars winning a series since taking, other than against Chinichi, taking from the Giants over a month ago, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count's 1-1 to Oshiro. So 1 strike. Lots of action in the Koshin in the high school tournament that is going on across Japan. And we are not keeping our pulse so much on that. I know there's a lot of interested viewers that would be excited to know. I know that there's been some of the live feeds that you can watch the games, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside to Oshiro, and the count's now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As the lefty Azuma kicks and delivers, there is a breaking ball swung on and tapped slowly over to second. Fielded neatly by the second baseman, Mackey, who throws to first. Oshiro goes in the books on a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 Giant up and 1 Giant down here in the second, and that's going to bring up Lewis Brinson. Well, for Brinson, he's hitting .247 on the year. He's got 8 homers to go with 26 runs batted in. My friend Walking Spotted Bear says form-wise, they are neck and neck, the BayStars and the Giants. My needle still points towards the BayStars in this one just because of the starting pitching. As the lefty kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Brinson. Brinson in his first season in the NPB. He's been part of some highlights for maybe not necessarily the right reasons. Early in the year, he walked off a third base thinking that there was the third out. Ended up getting tagged out on an easy play, boneheaded baseball, as there was a fastball swung on it. It's popped up into shallow left field. Backing up on it is the shortstop Yamamoto. He calls everybody off, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Brinson for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuto Akihiro. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear says they're turning it on here, though, after the break. You think they're a contender? I think, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is the year of the BayStar. Or at least it's shaping up as the year of the BayStar. There's a breaking ball that is taken down for ball one. The count's 1-0. I mean, certainly when they get into the playoffs and you start thinking about who's going to have October's stuff, you figure the lefty Azuma here, you've got Bauer, you got Shota Imanaga. I mean, there's 3 guys right there. So a fastball swung on it, slowly bounded over to second, fielded again by Mackey. He throws to first, and that is going to do it as Akihiro goes out down for the third out of the inning. He grounds out 4-3 for the third out, and that is going to do it here for the Giants. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete. Your score is the BayStars nothing and the Giants nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. We've got the score at 0-0 as we're moving to the top of the third. It is the BayStars and the Giants on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. That's right, everybody. We know baseball, and we're coming back for the top of the third inning. It is going to be the catcher, Yudai Yamamoto, then the pitcher, Katsuki Azuma, on the top of the order, Kaida Sano, to Fei Yokokawa, begins his third inning of work. It's been a fairly straightforward couple innings for both of these starters here so far. As the first time through the order, I haven't broken a sweat. One of the questions that came up earlier is, what holiday is it in Japan? And that's a good question. I'm not sure the national holiday that they are acknowledging or celebrating today, but it is a good question. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. But as I said before, it's only the one-day game here. Everything else goes off locally at 6 o'clock. As the lefty rocks into the windup and delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Yamamoto. Yamamoto batting .234 on the year. He's got a homer and 6 runs batted in. As the lefty Yokokawa asks for a new baseball, he didn't like the one that he was working with. And we're ready to go back at it again here. As he rocks into the windup and he kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Our friend Greg in the house. CV is also in the house tonight. We appreciate everybody for bouncing in here. As the lefty rocks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. It's a base hit. And so Yamamoto has got himself a leadoff single here to start the third inning. We got Tudo in the house tonight as well. Friend Tyler says he loves the day games because he can bet and not be dead tired watching. Absolutely. This is one of the days of the season. We're going to bring you tonight, tomorrow, the same 2 ball clubs. And if I feel up to it tomorrow night, we might even squeeze in a doubleheader. Not sure which one that would be, but we might consider adding yet another one in there. We have on Twitch, we have OS Fan for Life 10 says he's got a fantasy betting ticket on this game, so he's trying to keep up with the stats. As the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside to Azuma for ball one. Azuma was squaring the bunt in that situation, but the pitch was not to his liking, so 1 ball and no strikes. Azuma batting .077 on the season, no homers and 2 runs driven in. The catcher, Yamamoto, gets his lead at first, not really a threat to run. There's a bunt, it's down. It's a good one. It is fielded by the pitcher, Yokohama, who throws to first. That's going to be a sacrifice, 1-4, to retire Azuma. He's gone for the first out. It is going to move Yamamoto into scoring position. So he is now at second, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Kaida Sano. Our friend Tyler says, fantasy betting on NPB is crazy. Sometimes that happens, but, everybody's a little bit different. Walking Spotted Bear said Azuma lost his last start 5-2. He gave up 8 hits and a run. So maybe this is a bounce back start. We don't know. It's a really healthy crowd at the Tokyo Dome today. Very good attendance. So Sano batting here. He's 0 for 1 tonight as he grounded to first his first time up, and he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Sano entered the affair tonight batting .256 with 8 homers and 42 RBIs. Amazingly, doesn't have a stolen base. This is a ball club, the BayStars, that do not run a lot. In the lineup tonight, they have a total as a team of 5 stolen bases. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted softly into left center field. Moving over to his right, making the catch is Lewis Brinson. And that is going to retire Sano for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Masayuki Kuwahara. Oh, I see what it is now. Our friend on Twitch, it's O's fan for life 10, meaning Baltimore Orioles. Go Birds, he says. And I appreciate you there as well. He's also chiming in. I'm trying to keep up with some of the things. He's got Shugomaki on the under 1.5 total bases, Azuma under 5.5 strikeouts, Sakamoto's on the under 1.5 total bases, Akihiro under 1.5 total bases, and Okamoto under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs together. That's quite the ticket you have there. As the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike on Kuwahara, and the count is quickly 0-1. Our friend CV asks if Bauer's pitching tonight. No, he went last night. Or was it 2 nights ago? As he kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that is down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And as we said before, if you're new to the channel, we are going to be doing the 3 games tonight. We'll do some Major League stuff next week, and then we're going to be on a hiatus. But doesn't mean the channel is going to be dormant. We are going to be producing videos, shorts every single day when we're in Japan, as there's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. And the count is 1-2. So be sure to check up on the channel. We talked about we're going to get to approximately 8 or 9 ball games when we are in Japan. See 8 different stadiums, possibly 10 games. So hopefully you can be along for the ride with us as well. As the lefty works to the set. And now Yokohama ready to deliver. Here's the 1-2. That's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit to the right side of the infield. Nice play by the second baseman, Yoshikawa, who drops to his knees to field it. He throws to first, and Kuwahara is out on a ground out 4-3 to end the inning. And that is going to do it here in the third for the BayStars. Wow, they had a leadoff single, and that was wasted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is the BayStars 0 and the Giants 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back around in just a couple moments with all the action. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight. Our friend CV, baseball card collector, said, I thought we were going to do the Angels game last night. And we were. And then I decided, I know it was Ohtani pitching, so I wanted to do the game. And I ended up gassing it. My folks were in town for a couple of weeks, and they were leaving today. And I just felt it was probably the best case scenario not to do the game last night, as just wanted to get a chance to see the folks. Pops is going to be, he's pushing 90, so we don't know how many of these visits he's going to have left. And this might have been the last one. So wanted to give a little bit of time to him before they set sail today. In other words, driving back east for their home. So there's a first pitch delivered to Asano. It is grounded softly over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman Miyazaki. He throws to first. That is going to retire the rookie on a ground out 5-3. He's gone for the first out of the inning here, and that's going to bring up the pitcher, Kai Yokokawa. Asano getting quite the round of applause. He has no average on the year. He's only got 4 at-bats. And he's getting the start today, of course. Probably I don't want to say a promotional move, but hometown hero getting a large round of applause from the Giants fans. Here's the first offering. It is a fastball that just misses low from Azuma, and the count is 1-0 to Yokokawa. Yokokawa batting $158 on the year with no homers and 1 RBI. So it was, from my standpoint, yes, I'd like to have seen Ohtani pitch. Our friend Run Me My Fade says, wishing great health. Well, we appreciate that as well. For somebody who's in their late 80s, he's doing pretty good. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-1. Our friend Connor has made it in the house tonight. We appreciate you for dropping in, Connor. We're doing great. We're glad you could be part of the audience. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way, there's a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Yokokawa. Our friend who was on the Twitch channel listening in, who said that he had the score line, or he had the strikeout total for under 5.5 on Azuma, might be onto something, as there's a fastball swung on and grounded foul past the bag at third base. The count is 1-2. He hasn't struck out anybody yet here in the first 2+ innings. Curious to see how long they stay with him. As the lefty now kicks and delivers, and it is a breaking ball that is waved out and missed. And speaking of strikeouts, Yokokawa is the first one in the books here. He's gone for out number 2 here in the third inning, and that's going to bring up Hisayoshi Chono. Well, for Chono on the evening, he's 0 for 1. He is grounded to short his first time up. Our friend Connor says, you can catch Bauer's. Did you catch Bauer's start the other night? I'm sure he's getting some heavy attention. Yeah, he's been pitching really well lately. He is on an absolute roll. So that's good for him, and good to see that he's finding the adjustments in the NPB. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Friend Titus in the house, we welcome you to the stream as well. So no balls and 1 strike to Chono as he waits on the offering here from Azuma. It's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs. The count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-hander against the right-hander as Azuma gets his sign from his catcher Yamamoto, and he works into the motion and delivers a breaking ball that's swung on, and this is chop foul. I started telling everybody in the first inning the temporary seating, which is down the first end or in right field and left field lines. I find that to be absolutely fascinating, as that ball is tap foul. The count is 1-2 now to Chono. And what I find fascinating is in Fukuoka is that they wear helmets. They make the fans wear helmets. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball. Waved at and missed. Chono goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Azuma after we said he hadn't had any. That is going to do it here for the Giants in their half of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete. Your score is the BayStars nothing and the Giants nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We're going to be back with the top of the 4th inning in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Here is our friend Steve once again.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the lefty Yokohama coming back out for his 4th inning of work. This game is skipping along quite nicely so far. It's going to be Miyazaki, Maki, and Soto to come to bat here in the 4th inning. Our friend God is great. I'm not sure if he's still in the house or not, but we were talking about it earlier about the national holiday in Japan, and he might be able to enlighten us as to what that is today. So if he's still around and listening, I'd be more than happy to hear it because a couple of the people in the audience had asked the question. So this is going to bring Miyazaki, Maki, and Soto to the plate here to get things going in the 4th inning. As the lefty works himself into motion, Yokohama delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count's 1-0. Miyazaki walked his first time up. He was stranded at first. Batting .338 on the season, hitting with 15 homers and 56 RBIs. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul into the seats. That is going to run the count even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The lefty Yokohama has been able so far to keep the BayStars hitters off balance as he rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Miyazaki got off to a absolutely scorching start to the season. He was flirting with 400 for quite a while. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball that just misses down. The count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. He has definitely cooled off a little bit. Dinger says, Hanshin making good work of Yomiuri. There is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2. Tyler says, Hanshin isn't playing. I wonder if there's anything to do with the Koshin. As there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count now goes to is still at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 3-2 offering to Miyazaki as the lefty Yokohama rocks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly to short, fielded neatly by Sakamoto, who throws to first, and that's going to retire Miyazaki on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Shugomaki. So Shugomaki steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He's flown out to left field his first time up. Here comes the offering from the lefty. Here's a breaking ball that's over for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As the lefty rocks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that is swung on and tapped foul right into the feet of the catcher Oshiro, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Mackey. When I watch Mackey swing, he just looks like a compact hitter. He's not the biggest fella. He's stocky. He gets his bat to the ball pretty good. He's got really good bat-to-ball skills. Last couple of years, flirting around the 300 mark. As the pitch is delivered, there's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul well down the left field line into the seats. That's going to keep the count at 0-2. Balls and 2 strikes. Both of these teams here, it's a run-happy stadium, that is for sure. As the lefty delivers a breaking ball, this is swung on and chopped over to short. Sakamoto fields it. He throws to first. Like the first hitter, Miyazaki, Maki is retired on a ground out 6-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, for Soto, he struck out looking his first time up. He's 0-1 in this one, as he gets the start at first base tonight. Zay asked the question, why are the players transparent during the replays? Find it interesting as you watch this, as they are almost, it's like they're trying to do it in 3D or some sort of AI, as if they're putting you into the view of the pitcher. As the first pitch to Soto is missed for a ball upstairs, counts quickly 1-0. Now a fastball delivered. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving over on the warning track and making the catch is the right fielder, Asano, and that is going to do it here for Soto in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. And you are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the BayStars 0 and the Giants 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in here with us. Here is our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel. It is going to be Naoki Yoshikawa, Hayato Sakamoto, and Kaz Okamoto to come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Giants. Kazuzuma has been pretty steady in his first 3 innings. He's only allowed 1 hit, and that was a double to Yoshikawa back in the 1st inning, as he has subsequently retired 8 in a row coming into the bottom of the 4th inning. So the lefty has completed his tosses, and we're ready to get this one back to work. Between innings, the Giants had a little pep talk about what is going on right now in their ball game. They got to get themselves moving. At least in their minds, that's what they need to do here. So the top part of the batting order with Yoshikawa, Sakamoto, and Okamoto looking to get things rolling here against Azuma. The first pitch is on the way, and it is a breaking ball that's over for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear, who was in here earlier, was saying that the form of both teams very, very similar to one another. And you're not that far off. The Giants actually started the season quite poorly as the breaking ball is taken for a called strike. And the BayStars were on quite the run early on, and now it's kind of flipped around a little bit, where both of these ball clubs, there's not a whole lot of difference to choose from them at this point. The Giants have played better over the last 7-8 weeks of the season, the lefty Azuma delivers the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called third strike. Oh, Yoshikawa, he stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1 as he goes in the books, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Hayato Sakamoto. But I think the BayStars as a whole, I just look at their lineup and the depth that they have. They have played been pretty steady throughout the most part of the year. And I like the hitting depth that they have in their lineup as well. There's a first pitch fastball that misses up and into Sakamoto, and the count's 1-0. This could be their year to do some damage. Certainly they have the pitching to do it in the playoffs. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. You have to start wondering about the Giants and their decisions that they make on some of the import players and the players that they have brought in to help the ball club. I think that they probably got to think about adding a couple more players domestically to help their club. There's a breaking ball that's swung on. This ball is grounded fair into the left field corner. This is going to be extra bases. Rounding first and heading to second is Sakamoto, and he's going to be aboard with a double. Ball looked like it was foul. The umpire ruled just at the last moment. I thought both his hands were going up. I'm going to see that on the replay again. He was way out in front of it. That ball there, we'll look at the third base ump. No, we couldn't get a good visual. We saw him the first time. It looked like he was sending both hands into the air for a foul ball. Or maybe he was just trying to get out of the way more than anything else. Well, that's going to put Sakamoto at second with a double. That's going to bring up Kaz Okamoto to the plate. This is the part of the batting order that the Giants have to do some damage with. So the lefty Azuma working to the set position. He checks the runner Sakamoto at second. He checks him again, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. You want to be delicate with Okamoto here. He has 31 homers and 72 RBIs. They do have the open base at first. They have to pitch around him. It's not going to get easier with Oshiro, but it's certainly not going to be the strong bat of Okamoto here. He's been flirting with the 300 mark as well on the season. He's hitting 298. As the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on it. Is grounded over to third. Miyazaki fields it. He looks back, Sakamoto to second. He throws to first. And Okamoto is going to be gone on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Takumi Oshiro. Friend Walking Spotted Bear says he can see Azuma pitched against Yomiuri 7 innings the last time with no runs and a 1-0 victory. Well, he certainly got him off balance here as he's been able to get ahead in the count on quite a few of the hitters. Lots of first pitch strikes here in this one. And when you can do that, it really opens up the strike zone for you. So the lefty ready to deliver to the lefty Oshiro, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. Kevin Garcia in the house tonight. We welcome you for jumping in with us. Everybody else who's here, whether you've been with us for many times before or if you're a first-time listener, we're glad you have you guys in here with us tonight. So here comes the 0-1 offering to Oshiro as the lefty Azuma works to the set. And now he kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on it. Is popped up into shallow center field. Moving back on it is the shortstop. And that is going to be put away by Yamato, and that is going to do it here in the 4th inning. There is no runs. There was a hit. The double by Sakamoto. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the 5th inning. Your score is the BayStars 0 and the Giants 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with the call in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. Last Raps Baseball would like your support. Memberships are available on our channel now. We will share with you some behind-the-scenes items that are not baseball-related, like the culinary cuisine of Japan, take you to cool Japanese public batting cages, drop in on some amateur practices in and around the Osaka and Tokyo areas, check out the unique gaming and electronic experiences in the world of Akihabara and other locations. Maybe even take a ride on a Mario Kart. Visit some of the cool markets all over the country, including this one in Tokyo at Nakamise Dore. But don't worry, you won't be left holding the bag. Members can enjoy becoming a part of the channel. We'll have something for everyone's viewing pleasure. Become a member of Last Rouse Baseball's channel today. Monthly memberships start as low as $1.99 per month. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the fifth inning. It is a 0-0 ball game. Both of these pitchers have done a masterful job of keeping the hitters off balance, and will be ready to resume the action, as it is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat for Yokohama. Taishi Oda, Yamato, and Yuda Yamamoto to face the lefty Kai Yokokawa on for his fifth inning of work. And why do I just feel in this game here, the way that things are going, that it may be a whole other extra, possibly 1 or 2 more innings tonight. Just the way that this game is going, I can just smell extra innings. It's the only game in town. As we said, the national holiday, there's 5 games that are going to go off at 6 o'clock local time. This is the only day game that's going to have people glued to their television sets, or at least to their radios in different locations, or to us on YouTube, and we appreciate everybody for being here. So Oda steps to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He is grounded to second his first time up, and he takes a first pitch fastball over for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. His average has dipped to 222 on the year, as the pitch is a breaking ball that misses down. The count goes to 1-1. He's got a couple of homers and 7 runs batted in. Oda got the start in right field tonight. Dinger asked the question, there was a couple others asked it earlier, what the holiday was. I'm not sure what the national holiday is today in Japan, as the breaking ball misses outside and the count's now 2-1. Guess we would have to go and explore that a little bit. As the lefty rocks into the motion and delivers, there's a fastball that is swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the right field line, and the count goes to 2-2. Well, it looks like it's Mountain Day today on August 11th. That's what they refer to it as, Mountain Day. And I think that has to do with Mount Fuji, but if you want the significance of that, I can't give you that, unfortunately. Here comes the pitch. There is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. Oda goes into the books for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Yamato. Well, that's 7 in a row now here, retired by the lefty Yokokawa, as he has started to find his groove as well. I think about that sometimes early in the ball games when starting pitchers have difficulties being able to locate and be able to get their release point. Nothing here. The breaking ball misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Connor says the only Mount Fuji I know throws 103 for the Orioles, as that breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. And unfortunately, Fuji is not throwing as well. He might be throwing as hard. He's just not pitching as well as I think the Oakland A's would have anticipated, and nor have the Orioles. But he does come at a bargain, and you can't walk down streets and find people throwing 100. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count's now 2-1 to Yamato. And the pitch is on the way. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded right back to the pitcher. Fielded neatly by Yokokawa. He throws to first. That's going to go in the books as a ground out, 1-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Yuda Yamamoto. Well, for Yamamoto, he's hitting, well, he's raised his average tonight as he had a single his first time up. So I've got him batting at 230. Check that, 244 on the season now with a homer and 6 RBIs. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on, and that's popped up. Catcher Oshiro can't see it. Moving over underneath it is the first baseman, and that is going to be Akihiro, is going to make the catch, and that's going to put away Yamamoto for the third out of the inning. And that's another quick inning here in the top of the fifth for the BayStars. There was no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're now through 4.5 innings. This game is just rocketing right along. It is the Giants nothing and the BayStars nothing. If you pick the under through the first 5, well, if you can get through this next half inning, you're smelling like a rose. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for being here. Here's some more of our Japanese cheerleaders. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Lenny Grant says he doesn't know, but he's got a 6th inning being the highest scoring inning. And he is going to put $10 on that, or maybe kiss $10 on that. Well, you might not be wrong, as I think the 5th inning here, you might have the unders here are looking pretty good, or looks like an under is going to come through if that's what anybody had, if it's going to be 0-0 across the board. Coming to bat here for the Giants in their half of the 5th inning, it's the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Lewis Brinson, Yuto Akihiro, and Shogo Asano. Come to bat against the lefty Azuma. Greg says he's got under 6.5. That must be for the ball game. I don't know what the first 5 innings would be, but certainly in this one here, you got to think that might be the case. Here's the first offering. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Miyazaki fields it. He throws to first. That's going to retire Brinson on a ground out. 5-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuto Akihiro. Zay says he took the under for the first 5 innings and the under for the ball game. And that is looking to be pretty large. Our friend Greg says about to bet the live over at 3.5. That live over, the live portion of the over, that may not necessarily be a bad thing. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Akihiro. Almost if you want some insurance, depending what the odds are, if you took the under early on and bet the over now, it might be able to ensure a victory. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded. Oh boy, what a play this was. Went off the glove of the first baseman, popped up into the air. Shugo Maki fielded it. He threw to the pitcher covering, went off his glove, and thankfully Yudai Yamamoto was backing up the play, as that is going to hold the runner at first base. So Akihiro is going to be safe at first. Had a little bit of a calamity all the way around. Off of the backhanded glove of the first baseman Soto, second baseman Maki fields it. The pitcher getting over to cover, can't pick it out of the dirt. So it was almost a fantastic play. We're going to see how the scorer is going to rule that one. If they're going to rule it as an E3 or an E4 or both. But regardless, Akihiro is aboard. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Shogo Asano. Asano 0 for 4 in his career. Gets the start in right field. To give you a little bit idea what Asano looks like, the rookie here takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. When I took a look at Shugo Maki and I said how Shugo looks compact, this guy looks like a fire hydrant with arms. He is built low to the ground, and he has got some pipes on him. He's got a lower half that's really strong as well. So here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is looped into shallow left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be the first career hit for Asano. He's going to be aboard with a single. That's going to put runners at first and second with 1 out. And it's slated to bring up the pitcher, Yokohama. We're going to see if Yokohama is going to get a chance to come to bat. Well, the ball is going to leave the game as Asano gets his first career hit. It's going to look like a line drive in the box score, but they might have to get a rag out to wipe the blood off it, as that ball was able to bleed down for a base hit into shallow left field. So runners at first and second. Yokohama is scheduled to come to the plate. We're going to see if he is going to get the hit or if he's just going to be a 5 and a fly guy. I would think in this ball game here, you got to stay with him. So we'll see what we have on our hands here. The runners at first and second. That it is going to be the pitcher Yokohama hitting here in the first offering. He squares the bunt. He gets it down. It's a good one. Oh, it's fielded by the pitcher Azuma, and he throws to first, and it's going to be safe. Oh, boy. You know, the pitcher had an opportunity to look at third base to try to be able to make the play. Miyazaki came in. There was nobody covering third. By the time Azuna fired to first base, reaching safe was the pitcher Yokohama. Now the bases are going to be loaded at Giants here. So as we were talking about the under a moment ago, oh, now all of a sudden the under looks like it could be in jeopardy. Bases are full of Giants, and it's the top of the order. Sayoshi Chono coming to the plate. And they have a conference on the mound. So bases are full of Giants. One gone here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Our friend RL is in the house here. We appreciate you jumping in. And we thank you for listening. So we've got the bases full of Giants. One gone here in the bottom of the fifth inning. For all of our gambling friends who are in here, they're probably biting their nails right now if they've taken the under. If you've taken the over, well, maybe you've got some luck on your hands. But the infield is in double play depth, as the lefty Azuma gets his sign from the catcher Yamamoto. And here comes the first offering to Chono, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Our friend RL, well, we appreciate you for listening in. We appreciate everybody else that's in here as well. It's lots of fun in doing these games, and a lot more fun when we have a good group of people to listen to in the house that are participating in our chat, and we're glad you can type in. We know we've seen you once or twice before, but if people get a chance to listen in where they can, that's the most important thing. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So Chono is going to be getting himself into a good hitter's count here. He's going to have something fat to hit. Runners at every single base in the infield. The lefty Azuma, the first sign of trouble he's been in all night. He only allowed 2 hits coming into the fifth inning here, as the lefty gets his sign from his catcher Yamamoto, and now he works to the set. He kicks and he delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and now the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. He definitely needed that one. You got to think that he's going to be coming with some off-speed stuff here or some hammers pretty quick. That pitch to Chono was just caught the inside corner under the hands. Nice pitch there by Azuma. So here comes the offering as the lefty works to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field on the warning track, right up against the wall, and making the catch is the right fielder, and that is Oda who makes the catch. Tagging it second and heading over to third is going to be Asano, and that's going to score Akihiro from third, and that's going to make the scoreline 1-0. So Chono does the job with a sacrifice fly to the right fielder. That's going to get a run in, and the scoring is now the Giants have the 1-0 lead here in the fifth inning. There are runners on the corners, and that's still going to bring up the second baseman, Naoki Yoshikawa. Well, for Yoshikawa, He's 1 for 2 tonight. He doubled in the first inning and struck out looking in the fourth. He bats here with 2 away in the 5th inning. Looking to add to their lead are the Giants. As the lefty ready to go, here comes the first offering to Yoshikawa. As he works to the set position, Azuma checks the runner at first. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Naoki Yoshikawa. Kevin says the errors kind of messed up this inning. Yeah, it was certainly a wild play to begin the inning. That is for sure. As the lefty works again to the set position. And now he kicks and fires again. It is a fastball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. That's going to run the count to no balls and 2 strikes. You know, I have to tell you, I look at this, and they gave him the pitcher a bunt hit. And they did have the error that it was there. And it looks like that the error was charged to begin the inning here to the first baseman, Soto. So Soto would get charged with the error, but no additional error given to Shugo Maki. And I have to say, it was kind of harsh. He tried to take it on the backhand side. It took a wicked hop. Looked like it may have hit the seam in the turf. But an error nonetheless, which has caused the first run here to be scored in the ballgame. So an unearned run given up here by Azuma. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yoshikawa. The Giants are hunting for more. They got runners at the corners and 2 out. Here comes the offering. It's a breaking ball that is check swing fouled away down the left field line, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Philip says he needs the over. Well, I'm not sure what the over was for the first 3 or the first 5 innings. I think one of our fellows said it was 5.5 for the ball game or 6.5 for the ball game. So here comes the offering from the lefty Azuma. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 1-2. I thought the 7.5 was full game, but that was after the game had started. Jimmy Wynn says it was 8.5. I guess maybe it all depends on the book you were looking at, too. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Azuma gets the sign from his catcher, Yamamoto, and he's ready to deliver again. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over and making the catch is Kawahara, and that is going to do it, as it is going to retire Yoshikawa for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, there was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 5 complete. Your score is the Giants 1 and the BayStars no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few right after this. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. Here is one of our good friends to the channel, Mr. Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to check him out, as he's got all kinds of crazy and wild things for you guys to look at.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and we appreciate everybody who's listening to the ball game with us tonight. We are going to be moving to the top half of the 6th inning. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the BayStars. It'll be Azuma, Sano, and Kuwahara to come to bat here to face the lefty Yokohama. Was a big part of that last half inning as he had dropped a bunt down for a base hit to load the bases. Of course, it was Chono who opened up the scoring with a sacrifice fly to right field. That got the scoreline up for a 1-0 lead. As they do in the Pacific League, we always talk about our Japanese halftime being between the 5th and the 6th innings. And it is a lot of fun with this. But unfortunately, between the 5th and the 6th innings, the Central League is not quite as lengthy a break. So I've kind of hung around a little bit here to stay with you guys before we get going. They do have a slight bit of break as they do the cutouts and they come out with the grounds crew. But I don't expect this to be as long or as extended as what we see in the Pacific League. But we may take another little slight break. Appreciate RL as he is in here with us. We're going to take a 60-second break and we'll be right back again here, but we may cut it short if we have to. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are waiting here. As we said, they do take an extended break between the 5th and the 6th innings. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat when we return in just a couple moments. But as right now, we'll just hang in here with you guys in the chat. Good to see Jimmy Wynn in the house tonight. We haven't seen a lot of you this year, Jimmy. We missed you. Remember last year you were in the stream quite a bit. Our friend RL says we're pure class. Well, so is our friend Steve Rodebacher. He's got the beer and the hot sauce in the fridge. What else do you need more than that? Our friend Jimmy says he's got the BayStars tonight. He says, any chance that they come back? 100%. The bullpen for the Giants is a little dicey. So here we go back to the live action. And the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Azuma for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Azuma tonight had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, and he waves at a breaking ball, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. This game here has quite the pace to it. 5 innings in an hour and 15 minutes. There's a fastball swung on his chop softly over to first, fielded almost at the bag by the first baseman Akihiro. He steps on it. That is going to ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Kaita Sano. Well, for Sano, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded to first, and he has flown out to center field. As the lefty Yokohama ready to go back to work again. If my numbers are right here, I've got him at 68 pitches now here in the 6th inning, so he's cruising right along. As the first pitch from the lefty is a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-0. Our friend Kevin says, is it possible? Anything is possible. Absolutely right. Or you think about it earlier this week when we saw the Giants and the Angels play. There's a fastball that is swung on, has popped up slightly behind second base. Moving over is Sakamoto, and he's there to make the catch. And that's going to retire Sano for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Masayuki Kuwahara. And as I mentioned before, one of the things that I find fascinating is, of course, the game between the Giants and the Angels earlier this week. Angels had themselves, I think it was a 3-2 lead going into the 9th inning, and the Giants shoved a 6 spot on the board. End up winning that game 8-3. So yeah, anything can happen. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. But to me, the wild card stuff is really after when the bullpens come in. The bullpens are the roll of the dice. If you can keep your starter in there as long as possible, that gives you the best chance to win. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is now 1-1. Jimmy says he watches a lot of MLB, but started getting into the NPB for the late night. There's a breaking ball that just misses, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Kuwahara. That pitch looked pretty good. RL says the NPB is legit. He prefers it over the MLB. The Japanese game is more traditional. The Japanese game is, and I've said it on the last couple of streams, as that fastball is tap foul over on the third base side. It's now 2-2 to Kuwahara. Japanese baseball is what college basketball is to the NBA. If the MLB is the NBA, the NPB is like college basketball. It is fun to watch because the talent is just a little slight step below. They can make a few more errors. They can make a few more mistakes, and that's what makes the game a little bit more intriguing. They also have to do things to play the game a little bit differently, like bunt and hit and run and steal, which in a lot of cases has left the game in North America, which is unfortunate. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Kuwahara as the lefty rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is grounded over to short. Neatly fielded. They throw to first. And that is going to retire Kuwahara. So a ground out 6-3. Sakamoto, a busy man in the inning as he is involved with 2 of the 3 outs, as that is going to retire the BayStars here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Only 1 hit allowed so far tonight to the BayStars, and that was back in the 3rd inning to Yamamoto. So a real sparkling performance so far here by Yokohama. We'll be right back in just a few, everybody. Bottom of the 6th coming up, and the Giants have a 1-0 lead. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat here for the Giants in their half of the 6th inning. That means Hayato Sakamoto, Kaz Okamoto, and Takumi Oshiro. 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat here. Well, Sakamoto tonight is 1 for 2 in this one. He had a 1-out double in the 4th. He was stranded there. As he will come to bat here to try to get things going for the Giants in the 6th inning here. Two pitchers who pitched really well so far in this one. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Sakamoto. As we were talking before, Sakamoto on the wrong side of 30 now, one of the major components of Japanese baseball and a long-time stalwart and face of the franchise for the Giants as he swings at a fastball and lifts that one foul over on the first base side. The count's 1-1. When you think of the Yomiuri Giants, you have to think of Sakamoto. And I also think that 10 years ago, if there was a player to come to Major League Baseball, he would have been one of the guys, but he gets compensated quite well to play in Japan and stay there, so why leave? There's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul over on the third base side. The count is 1-2. He gets treated very well. He lives at home. He loves it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sakamoto, as he waggles the bat here, waiting on the offering. The lefty gets his sign and now works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Sakamoto down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So one gone, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Kaz Okamoto. We got Ken Plays in the house here. He says, how do I actually watch? Well, for our members of our channel, we have put lists of areas where you can go and be able to get access to the games. And we used to, if you don't want to do that, you can go back and listen to some of our feeds from last season where we gave people directions on how to do it during the live feeds, but we're not doing that anymore. As there's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Kaz Okamoto. So you're welcome to go back and listen to the feeds. We'll give you all those instructions, or you could just become a member. And here comes the offering as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. It's going to get down for a hit. And that is going to be a base hit for Okamoto, and that is going to be a single. Our friend Jimmy's jumping in and giving some information to you. Well, we're going to stop doing that, Jimmy, and I just encourage people not to now because it's just getting to the point where we get people that come in and we end up having to explain how to get it done and where to go. And we did a full season of it last year. If people are new to the stream, it's great. They can come and listen. They're looking for the lives. They can do what everybody else does. Be able to search it out through Google. And if they want it hand-fed to them, well, become a member of the channel. We'll be more than happy to give you the links. So Kaz Okamoto steps to the plate. He's at first. It's going to be Oshiro stepping to the plate, who's 0 for 2 tonight. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And of course, when I'm in Japan in another week's time, then you can take a look at what options you have over there for ball games. Curious for that as well. I know in Japan, they've got a number of different feeds, so I'm curious to see what's going to be offered at the hotels when I'm not at a game. Here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. They go to the shortstop, covering second for 1, back to first. That's going to be an ending double play. So that one's going to go in the books as Maki to Yamamoto over to the first baseman Soto on a 4-6-3. And that is going to do it here in the 6th inning. So they've got no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We are now through 6 complete innings. Your score is the Giants 1 and the BayStars no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 7th inning when we return after this. We appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks for listening in on the stream tonight. We'll be right back after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving here to the top half of the 7th inning, and it is still the left-hander for the Giants, Kai Yokokawa, on the mound. He has been absolutely outstanding in this one, and he is going to be having to face Toshiro Miyazaki, Shugo Maki, and Neftali Soto. The toughest part, arguably the toughest part of the batting order for the BayStars, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. So he has just completed his warm-up tosses. We are ready to get this one back underway. Manager Hara looking on. Seems to be relatively pleased with the play of his ball club tonight. I'm sure he would want a few more runs and a little bit more offense. Still only 1 hit tonight by the BayStars. The Giants have pounded out 5 in our books. Here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball delivered for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Miyazaki tonight 0 for 1. He grounded to short his last time up. He walked back in the first inning. As the lefty kicks and fires, there is a fastball that misses, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm not sure where that pitch was. That looked pretty darn good to me, but maybe it's Miyazaki getting a veteran call. Here's the 1-1. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit back to the pitcher, fielded neatly by Yokohama. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Miyazaki. That's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Shugo Maki. Well, for Shugo Maki in this one, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He has flown to left and grounded to short. Entered the ball game hitting 290. His average has slipped to 289. He's got himself 18 homers to go with 70 runs batted in. And the first pitch breaking ball misses up and away for ball 1. Count is 1-0. When some of the folks that jumped in earlier with the 6.5, 7.5, or 8.5 on the over-under line, breaking ball, take it for a called strike, and count is 1-1. Is that straight up for 9 innings, or does that include extra innings? Because if it goes extra innings, that obviously can change the dynamic of that over-under. As the lefty rocks into the motion and delivers, there's a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Maki. As the lefty rocks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right center field. This ball is going to get down, and it's almost to the wall. Brinson cuts it off on the warning track, and he fires it into second base, and sliding in safely with a 1-out double is Shugo Maki. That is going to put a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and it's going to bring the first baseman, Neftali Soto, to the plate. Our friend Shotgun Shell says that's for the entire game. Interesting to note. I wasn't sure. I know that sometimes the betting out here for folks who like to bet through the pro line, it's a little bit different, or the offerings. You can bet for a 9-inning score line, or you can bet a extra inning type of game, depending on how it is. Just like in hockey, you could bet the first 60 minutes, or you could bet the first 65. That will make a little bit of a difference in how people play their odds. So this brings Soto to the plate. Soto is batting here. He's with 1 out and a runner at second. As the left-hander Yokohama ready to deliver, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined foul down the left field line, and it's caught in that first row of the temporary seating. Looks like a man from Akihabara is going to take that home as a souvenir. What a fantastic play by the patron in the front row. No balls and 1 strike here to Soto. That was an absolute scorcher. So the lefty Yokohama ready to go back to work. He works to the set position, now delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the third baseman, Okamoto, into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And that is going to bring in the first run of the BayStars here as Maki crosses the plate. An RBI single for Soto. We've got a brand new ball game here as we're all locked up at once. So you had to figure this is going to be a tough part of the batting order that Yokohama had to face. He was going through it for the 3rd time. So a double by Maki and a single by Neftali Soto has even the scoreline up at 1 apiece. That's going to bring up the right fielder Oda. Our friend RL asked the question. He says, if I've got a hockey team, I suppose I call it a hockey team. Been a fan of the Maple Leafs from birth, but I had refused to watch their team play until they got to the second round of the playoffs, which they have achieved this past season. So I guess I'm going to have to start watching some hockey again. So the scoreline is all locked up at ones as Taisi Oda steps to the plate. Oda batting .220 on the season. 0 for 2 in this one. Grounder to second and struck out his 2 trips. As the lefty Yokohama throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner Soto. Our friend Bruno pops in here. He says, can Yokohama win? Of course they can. It's a 1-1 ball game. Flip the coin. Anybody can win right now. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-0 on Oda. And if you were here at the outset of the stream, I pounded my fist into the table saying, I think the BayStars are going to win this one. But that's my opinion. As I think that they have the better pitcher on the mound, although I have to say Yokohama has pitched outstanding tonight for the Giants. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count goes even to 1-1. And I'm not necessarily a fan of either of these two teams. We very rarely call Central League games, and so this has been a lot of fun calling the games tonight. Know some of the players, don't know all the players, but getting a chance to see some of these here. RL says the Leafs have a bright future. I think that brightness might be wearing out. Their window is going to start to close here soon. As a breaking ball is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Oda. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, we're going to be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night with these same 2 ball clubs. So hopefully you can come on back again for another round of Giants and BayStars. As the 1-2 pitch is on the way, there's a fastball that just misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. And then on Saturday night, we are going to be at 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern time. It's going to be the Fighters and the Hawks, as we will call that one on Saturday, and possibly even squeeze another game in late night as well there. We'll have to make that a later decision. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Taisi Oda. There is action now warming up in the Giants bullpen. So there is concern here for the lefty Yokohama. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Oda. The runner at first, Soto. 1 gone and 1 run on the board here for the BayStars. As the lefty delivers a breaking ball that swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. Our friend RL says he just took the BayStars live. Probably not the worst decision. As I said, if I had to point also to the bullpens, I'm not sure that I'm confident enough in the Giant bullpen. There's a fastball swung on foul behind home plate. Count remains at 3-2 to Oda. The pitch count is slowly starting to ratchet up here for the lefty. As we're ready to go back to work, here comes the offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. And Oda goes into the books for the second out of the inning. That's a clutch strikeout here by Yokohama to retire Oda for the second out. And that's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Yamato. As we get a look at the replay, that was a paint job on the corner. That was the 93rd pitch of the ball game here for the lefty. And I think we're going to probably see him trying to close out this inning. And who knows, in the Japanese league at 93 pitches, he might be just warming up. He might be coming back out for another. Here comes the first offering to the shortstop Yamato, and it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Moving over is Brinson. He's got room. He's going to make the catch. Yamato is going to be retired for the third out of the inning, but they got a run in the inning, did the BayStars, to tie the ball game. There was 1 run on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning, it is the BayStars 1 and the Giants 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you for listening in. Bruno says he's listening to the game all the way from Chile. We appreciate you for listening in here with us tonight as well. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, Steve come back at you again. Steve Rademacher, that is. And during this intermission, let's open up a package of Garbage Pail Kids Series 4 Chrome, shall we? See what we get, then we'll come right back to the game with Freddy. Oh, very nice. I got a Ruptured Rupert. Very nice. We have a Jules Brooks to go right along with everyone's favorite Def Jeff. Sorry about the glare, but that's what Chrome do. We did get a Mosquito. You know, that's Wisconsin State bird right there. And the cracked ice is a Pinned Penny. Gotta love Garbage Pail Kids. Gotta love Freddy. Gotta love baseball. See you next time.
Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and we welcome everybody back here to the stream. Our friend Jimmy Wynn asked who he thinks is going to win, and as I said before, I pretty much would be pounding my fist on a BayStar victory here tonight before the game, so I got to stay with them. The pitcher Azuma, who was 8-2 on the year coming into tonight's action. Yokohama 4-4. Although Yokohama has pitched well at times or better at times, he has been a little bit hit and miss, but I do have to say that I still am going to stick to my guns with the BayStars on this one. So Soto has driven in the only run now tonight for the BayStars, as it'll be Brinson, Akihiro, and Asano to come to bat. Lewis Brinson 0-2 in this one. He has up to short and grounded to third. The first offering from Azuma is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Brinson sporting the number 42. Of course, nobody in Major League Baseball wears 42 anymore, as that was Jackie Robinson's number. Only on Jackie Robinson Day is it being worn. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Brinson. The lefty Azuma getting his sign from his catcher Yamamoto. And now he rocks and delivers. He pitches. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hammered foul down the left field line, and that's going to keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend the Plug says the BayStar been winning me a lot of money. Yokohama, that's for sure. Jimmy says, do you think the NPB is easier than the MLB to bat or to play? The NPB does not have the caliber of players that the MLB has to offer. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly down the first base line, but it's going to roll foul. It's going to keep the count at 0-2. And when I say that, it's not out of disrespect to some of the players that are in the league. But there's the big reason for that is that in Major League Baseball, you could have Dominicans, Mexicans, you could have Canadians, you could have Japanese players. There's no limit of the players that you can put on the field. The one thing I do like in some ways about the Japanese league is that you can only have 3 import players in a game at one time, 4 on a game sheet. And so what that does is it promotes and develops the domestic player, gives them the opportunities. Whereas when you think of Major League Baseball, even though it's the best league in the world, it's not always the best American players that are playing, because you've got Dominicans and Latin players that are taking the jobs of those players. There's a fastball swung on. This is looped softly over to second. Mackey leaps and he makes the grab, and that's going to retire Brinson on the line drive out, a looping liner that is, over to the second baseman Mackey, and he's gone for out number 1. Jimmy Wynn asked the question, and it's a good question. He says, where do you get info on about the games and the players and so on and so forth? That's an outstanding question. Jimmy, I like when I go to MLB.com and I pull information off on the MLB, you can do that on the Japanese site as well. The first pitch from Azuma is a fastball that just misses outside to Akihiro for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Akihiro tonight has scored the only run for the Giants. He reached on an error his last time up, and he's also grounded out to second. As the pitch is delivered, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. And Zay also points out Yahoo Japan is also very good. You're absolutely correct on that too, Zay. Sorry, Zay. Zay has said that as well. those are two pretty good locations. Tyler says he gets it from the NPB on Reddit. Also a good location. And then you can spawn from there because they'll link you to other things. As there's a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. Japanese Times is okay, but they also require, I believe, a subscription after a while. You can get some good articles over there from time to time in English. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball ticket for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Akihiro. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler says 55 is a monster among men, and that's Yuto Akihiro he's talking about. He is a big fella. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded back to the pitcher. Oh, Azuma does a nice play to get the glove down. Stops it, throws to first, and Akihiro is retired on a ground out 1-3. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Shogo Asano. Tyler asked the question, what is Azuma's pitch count? I'll have to get that for you in a minute here. Sometimes I make the tallies in between innings. It's their pitch counts are sometimes, well, not sometimes. They locate them a little differently than what the Pacific League does. They've got them at 72 pitches right now here in the 7th inning. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses up and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So if this game went 10, 11, or 12 innings, Azuma probably could hang right in there for all of them. So 1 ball and no strikes to Asano. Asano got his first professional hit his last time up as he swings and fouls that one away over on the first base side, and the count is 1-1. The Walking Spotted Bear says he's betting on extra innings. Yeah, and you know what? You can sniff it coming a mile away here. You've got no other games going on this afternoon in the NPB. Everything else starts at 6 o'clock local time. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Miyazaki fields it. He throws to first. That's going to retire Asano on a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning. And that's going to do it here in the 7th for the Giants. They go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the BayStars 1 and the Giants 1. Hang in with us, everybody. We'll be back with the call. Top of the 8th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys all for being here with us tonight. Here is another one of our Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters scheduled to come to bat to face the lefty Yokohama. It'll be Yamamoto, Azuma, and Sano to get things going here in the 8th inning. Our friend Jimmy asked the question, how many pitches is Azuma at? Well, Azuma was, I didn't get the final tally, but he was at about 72 pitches in that inning, and he can't be, based on what I can recall now, he can't be over 80. When he asked that question, I think he was in the midst of retiring Akihiro at that point, so he'd probably added a few more. So if he's at 80 pitches, that's probably at the high end. Here's the first offering to the right-handed hitting Yamamoto. He takes a breaking ball over for a called strike. 93 pitches for the left-hander Yokohama through his 7 innings of work. There is another fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Yamamoto. Yamamoto 1 for 2 in this one tonight. He's raised his season average to 241. So there's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-2 strikes. So 1-2 strikes as the lefty delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. Is popped up foul. Giving chase over to the backstop is the catcher Oshiro. Is going to run the count to 1-2, or keep the count at 1-2 as it drifts into the seats. So 1-2 strikes is what it is. As we mentioned before, we'll be back on the airwaves again for the same two teams tomorrow night. So there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it is Shogo Asano, and he makes the catch. And Yamamoto is gone for the second out of the inning, or for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the pitcher Kitsuki Azuma. So that's a good sign for everybody. If Azuma's coming back in to hit again, means he's coming back out for the bottom half of the 8th inning, and he might be here for the haul. He's officially 0 for 1 tonight. He had a sacrifice bunt, and he is grounded out. Looked like he squared want to drag a bunt down the first baseline, but he pulls back for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Azuma's average is 0.74 on the year. He squares the bunt again, and this one is taken this time for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1-1 strike. As the breaking ball misses, the count now goes to 2-1 on Azuma. As the pitcher delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. Jimmy asked the question. He says, is any chance Azuma pitches the whole game? Well, yeah, if it goes 9, I think it is. And once he gets into the extra innings, though, I think it's roll of the dice how far they go. So there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats down the third baseline, and the count is 2-2. So if he's reasonable with his pitch count, I wouldn't blink an eye that he could go to 120 some odd pitches. Saw Trevor Bauer go 10 innings last week and on 120 some odd pitches, as that fastball swung on and lifted foul, and the count remains at 2-2. One thing I have noticed is that Kai Yokohama, the pitcher for the Giants, has really picked up his tempo and pace. It's working very quickly now. Here comes the 2-2. There's a fastball swung on. This is chopped foul over on the first baseline, and the count remains at 2-2. Got to tip your hat to his opposite number. 105 pitches now thrown here by the Giants left-hander. And 7 of those have come in this at-bat already to Azuma. He can't get his opposite number out. Here comes the pitch. And it is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Neatly fielded by the first baseman, Akihiro, who flips to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down as a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Kaida Sano. RL says, have you ever been inside where the Cebu Lions play? It looks like a cathedral. For me, no, I haven't, but I've got a date in sight of. I'm either going to be there to see the Lions and the Fighters on the 25th of this month or on the 26th. So one of those 2 dates I will be there. It looks like it's a fascinating stadium. It's a dome, but it looks like it's an open air dome. Like, in other words, it looks like the top level, there is air that flows through. Well, this is Kaida Sano at the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He takes a first pitch breaking ball down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 strikes. As the lefty rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. Jimmy wants to know if they pull their pitchers later. Yeah, they'll leave their guys in later in the NPB. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. The other stadiums I'm looking to go see, I'm actually interested in going to see the Mazda Zoom Zoom where the Cart play. The Mazda Stadium where the Cart play. I also would like to see the Yokohama Stadium. That looks kind of cool as well. Here's the pitch. It's a slow breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 3-1. I'm also interested in the Giants Carp game that I'm going to go to at the Kisara Dome, which is the home of the Buffaloes. Really looking forward to that one as well. I'm not looking forward to the dome, but there's a fastball swung on and missed. The count goes to 3-2. And I've got, on my last day I'm there, weather permitting, the Saitama Cebu Lions and the Oryx Buffaloes in Kobe. That's where the Intetsu, or where the Oryx Blue Wave used to play their home games, where the Oryx Buffaloes play 3 or 4 series a year there. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 3-2. I guess we're going to find out when we get there, RL. I'll give you the pluses, the minuses. I'm interested in seeing what kind of food they have at the stadiums. I always like to know what good stadium food is all about. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on it. It's chopped back to the pitcher. Nice play by the pitcher, Yokohama, who fields it and he throws to first. It's going to go in the books as a ground out, 1-3 for the third out of the inning. That's going to do it here for the BayStars in their half of the eighth. Well, this game here just continues to move quickly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the eighth inning. We're all locked up at ones. We'll be right back in just a few after this. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us here. Your score is the BayStars 1 and the Giants 1. We'll be right back after this. Last Raps Baseball would like your support. Memberships are available on our channel now. We will share with you some behind-the-scenes items that are not baseball-related, like the culinary cuisine of Japan, take you to cool Japanese public batting cages, drop in on some amateur practices in and around the Osaka and Tokyo areas, check out the unique gaming and electronic experiences in the world of Akihabara and other locations, maybe even take a ride on a Mario Kart, visit some of the cool markets all over the country, including this one in Tokyo at Nakamise Dore. But don't worry, you won't be left holding the bag. Members can enjoy becoming a part of the channel. We'll have something for everyone's viewing pleasure. Become a member of Last Raps Baseball's channel today. Monthly memberships start as low as $1.99 per month. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be, it looks like a pitching change will be on order for the Giants in their next half inning, as Yokohama is sitting in the dugout getting the towel out and drying himself off as he is scheduled to come to bat. It's supposed to be Yokohama, Chono, and then Masakawa, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. But it looks like the Giants are going to the bench for a pinch hitter. That's exactly what we have. It is going to be Takayuki Kajitani, who is coming in to pinch hit here for Yokohama. So his night is done at 110 plus pitches. So here comes the first offering to Kajitani. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kajitani hitting .284 on the season. Got himself a couple of home runs. As he's waiting here on the offering from the lefty Azuma. There's a fastball taken just a little bit low, and the count goes to 1-1. What I find fascinating is that they're going to pinch hit for him. You wouldn't see this in North America. They bring a left-hander in to face the left-hander. In North America, they'd be looking at the matchups and doing all the rest of this stuff. They don't care about the matchups. Lefties, righties, righties. I think that's an awesome thing. Let the lefties see the lefties. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tapped foul all the way to the backstop, and the count goes to 1-2 on Kajitani. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty gets ready to go, he gets his sign from the catcher. He's ready to go to work. The pinch hitter, Kajitani, very open stance. And they're looking like they're going to pound him away. Here comes the pitch. And Azuma does. He throws a fastball. It's grounded. What a play by the third baseman, Miyazaki. He goes to his knees on the backhand, gets up and fires across the diamond. That's going to retire Kajitani on a ground out 5-3. Oh, that's a highlight reel play there. If you're going to get on Instagram later tonight, be sure to take a look at that one. That was an absolute gem of a defensive play by Miyazaki. That is your web gem of the night so far, in my opinion. Ball was absolutely scorched. He did a great job of staying low to the ground, picking it up and firing across the diamond. As we're watching that virtual reality type of play, not sure why they're doing it that way, the Giants, but that's what they give us. This brings up the top of the order in Chono, who is 0 for 2 tonight, and he swings at a first pitch fastball. This ball is belted to deep left field, moving back on the warning track, looking up, and this ball is gone. A home run. Kaida Sano watches that one sail about 8 rows into the seats, and a home run here in the bottom of the 8th inning has broken the deadlock. The score is now 2-1 for the Giants on a solo shot here by Chono. That's his 4th of the season, giving the Giants a 2-1 lead. And that is now going to bring up the second baseman, Naoki Yoshikawa. Well, we didn't really see that one coming. Came out of a bit of nowhere. It was a breaking ball that hung up there, and he absolutely scorched that. Friend L says, see what happens when you drop the L word. There you go. Azuma not happy with himself, that is for sure. So Yoshikawa now here ready to face the lefty, and there's a fastball that just misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. That was the 80th pitch of the ball game delivered here by Azuma. Friend Jimmy says it's not over, and that is true. It's never over till it's over or until the fat lady sings. Either way, lots of baseball left. Here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is grounded to first. It's off the glove of Soto over to Mackey. And I have a feeling we're going to see another error here to Neftali Soto. He's brought the cinder blocks tonight for gloves. Another ball bouncing off his hand. We're going to wait to see what the official scorer says, but Yoshikawa is safe at first. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Hayato Sakamoto. So really tonight, it's been shoddy defense. It's also going to bring the pitching coach out of the dugout. We're going to see if they're going to go to the bullpen and make a change, or if the lefty is just coming out to settle him down. As far as I'm concerned, he's pitched well enough right now. I'll leave him in there. We'll get a look at what the official scorer had to say on that one. This time they gave Yoshikawa a single. That's a home scoring decision if there was one. So it's going to bring Sakamoto to the plate. And for Sakamoto tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's got a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out and flown to center as Azuma throws over to first, and easily diving back is the base runner Yoshikawa. Some of the folks here are looking for another run here for the Giants. My friend Tyler says he might be packing it in. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Every time Tyler goes to bed early, that's usually when good things happen. When he's in our stream, Tyler packs it in, and the next thing you know, he wakes up the morning and he's pretty happy. But if you stick around, that's where he probably needs a little extra Rolaids or Tums to get him through the stream. So here comes the offering from Azuma as they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner. Jaron Young says under 4.5. Come on. Well, it's looking more and more likely that the under is going to hold in this one. So here comes the offering from the lefty Azuma, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Sakamoto. Jimmy Wynn says, how good is the Giants closer? Well, I guess we're going to find out. Not exactly sure what they're using at the back end these nights. as the lefty works to the set and now delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2 on Sakamoto. As I mentioned before, we do a lot of the Pacific League stuff. So that was what do we prefer to watch, just my own piece. But this is a Central League game tonight. We're going to be doing the same two tomorrow. So hopefully you guys can join us for that one as well. Same start time. It'll be 10 o'clock Pacific. Hopefully you guys will be able to make it in there. Again, they throw over to first base. Diving back in time is the base runner Yoshikawa. So the lefty works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Takeharu Sakamoto. Sakamoto here, looking to keep the line moving here for the Giants. Lefty Azuma nods in agreement with his catcher Yamamoto. He works to the set. Now he delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on a miss. There goes the runner down to second. The throw is not in time. Sakamoto down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Yoshikawa with a stolen base. That is going to be his second of the season. He's able to get in there safely. Yamamoto threw the ball, but it was a little bit to the right field side of second base. Nice job. Good jump there by the Giants second baseman to be able to swipe the bag. And now it looks like they're going to give Kaz Okamoto a free pass here. Interesting that they would do that. That's a not to walk Okamoto, but to put Yoshikawa in motion. So you put Yoshikawa in motion, you've had Sakamoto go down swinging, and then you've taken the bat out of Okamoto's hands, in theory, to bring up the catcher Takumi Oshiro, who's 0 for 3 tonight. So Oshiro stepping to the plate, 0 for 3 in this one. He's grounded to second. He is popped to short and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. As Azuma has asked for time, and now he wants to have a word with his catcher, as they do have the runner at second base, probably to cycle through some of this. Miguel Ojeda asked the question, says, how many outs? We've got 2 gone here in the 8th inning. 1 run on the board, as the home run here by Chono has given the Giants a 2-1 lead. Our friend Miguel says we got issues. Yeah, there is. So here we go. Here comes the first offering to Oshiro as he kicks and delivers. Azuma throws a fastball. He swings out. He pops it up, and it's going to be straight back into the seats. The catcher, Yamamoto, had no idea where it was. He went up and had his hands up in the air, and that ball sails back into the seats behind home plate, and that's going to be 1 strike to Oshiro. Azuma has pitched brilliantly here tonight. Really, the first run was not his fault. It was an error that led to an unearned run. But the home run to Chono was directly his responsibility. But that's really been his only mistake as far as tonight's concerned, or at least as far as I'm concerned for him tonight. There's a breaking ball swung on it. His pop foul. It's down the left field line. Giving chase is Miyazaki, and he is going to make the catch. Oh, boy. Back-to-back highlight plays in back-to-back innings here by Miyazaki, as that is going to be a catch over the shoulder as he slams into the retaining wall, and that is going to do it here. That's going to be a pop-out to 5 for the end of the inning. Well, there was 1 run in the inning on the home run by Chono. There was 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Giants 2 and BayStars 1. Stick around, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the BayStars to come to bat. We return right after this. Appreciate you, and we have a pitching change coming up in just a moment.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess, she's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Infuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball.
That's right, everybody. We got a pitching change. We're going to get you all that in just a moment. We'll be back in 30 with all the action. Appreciate you guys for listening in, and for Steve Rademacher keeping us in our place. Just a reminder to everybody, once this game is concluded, we will give you a full roundup of this one here, give you all the details of how this game had played a part. And then, of course, we will wrap it up here for the evening. We do have a pitching change, as it's going to be another left-hander. It's going to be Kota Nakagawa coming into the ball game. He is going to be the second pitcher used. He's also a lefty. So Nakagawa coming on in to try to close this one out for the Giants. And he is going to have a tough order here. It's going to be Kuwahara, Miyazaki, and Maki for the BayStars. As the first offering is on the way, it's a fastball that saws the plate in half, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Kuwahara. And you're going to earn your victory, and you're going to earn your save if you have to go through the 2, 3, and 4 here. As the lefty delivers, there's a fastball that misses on the outside corner. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Kuwahara didn't go. Count is 1-1. Kuwahara 0 for 3 in this one here tonight. He has flown to left. He has also grounded to second and grounded to short. One swing of the bat here can tie the game up, as they have the power to do it coming up in the 3 and 4 spots. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-2. Our friend RL says, big Nowitzki fan here. We don't fade 41. Here comes the lefty who's ready to deliver. Nakagawa kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball down low. They appeal again over to first base, but that was a bit of a wasted appeal. It's going to keep the count at 2 or bring the count to 2-2 on Kuwahara. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty Nakagawa, who was on here in relief for the Giants, delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kuwahara. For Kota Nakagawa on the season, as he's trying to come in to close this one out, it's his 28th appearance. He's got 1 win and 2 losses. He's only got 3 saves. He's worked 27 2/3 innings, allowed 25 hits, walked 6 and struck out 24. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field, but moving toward the foul line and in foul territory, making the catch as the left fielder Chono. That is going to be one gone here. He hit it far, he hit it deep, but just not deep enough, and that's going to retire Kuwahara for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Toshiro Miyazaki. Well, for Miyazaki, he is officially 0 for 2 in this one. He's also drawn a walk, but he's made a couple of spectacular plays defensively, including the catch over the shoulder in the last half inning to retire the Giants for their third out. He's got Shugo Maki waiting on deck. So two seriously big-time hitters in the batting order. And the pitch is a fastball that misses down and away. Count is 1-0. Not to mention, in the hole is Neftali Soto. Soto has driven in the only run here tonight. Not having the season that he's had in recent years, but he does still have the pop in the stick for the BayStars. Give them some damage here. Here comes the offering to Miyazaki. It's a fastball. It's taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Miyazaki. There's 1 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. There's nobody on. And here comes the offering from the lefty Nakagawa, who kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's lifted foul over on the first base side, and the count is now at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we said before, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. Same 2 ball clubs, so if you're around, be sure to bookmark the channel and come and see us again. Second game of the 3-game set. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Lewis Brinson. Oh, we've got some action now. So Miyazaki aboard with a single, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Shugo Maki. And it looks like that this could be the end of the night for Miyazaki. We're going to have ourselves a pinch runner as the BayStars have gone to the bench. Get a little confirmation. It looks like it's going to be Takuma Hayashi into pinch run. So we'll have to see defensively what they decide to do, because taking Miyazaki out of the ball game for the pinch runner, that's one thing, but his glove has been another tonight. So Nakagawa here ready to deliver to Maki. Maki waiting here at the plate. And here comes the first offering. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. And this ball is a no-doubter. It is gone. It is off the back wall over by the number 14 jersey hanging from the rafters. And Shugo Maki has done it. A 2-run homer here in the top of the 9th inning to put the BayStars ahead 3-2. Oh boy, that is a major turn of events. A 2-run shot by Shugo Maki has got the BayStars ahead here in the 9th inning. Unbelievable. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. So, blue guys who've been picking the BayStars, you got to believe it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that is going to bring the manager of the Giants out. He has seen enough. And that was probably about 2 batters too late. The manager, Hara, is on to take his lefty out of the ball game. That is going to be it, as they're making a pitching change to face Neftali Soto. Well, hang tight, everybody. We're going to take a break here. It is now 3-2 for the BayStars here in the top of the 9th inning. We'll be back here in just a couple of moments. We got ourselves yet another pitching change. Hang tight.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodemacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rodemacher. Be sure to check him out after the game, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, Saturday morning cartoons, or the Sunday shoutouts. He's got all kinds of stuff for everybody. That's Steve Rademacher and his channel. Not to mention, he does his NFL picks. He does his hot sauce pick of the week. Last year, he was drinking a whole lot of hot sauce because he wasn't getting the picks right. Well, it's going to be Neftali Soto who's coming to bat here. He is 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. He drove in the first run by the BayStars tonight. The pitching change, and we'll get you the specs here for the Giants in just a moment as they have gone to their bullpen for the second time tonight. Nakagawa, his night was over. Going to be interested to see if it's going to be Azuma who's going to stay in, but it is going to be Kikuchi, a right-hander coming in. This is Taiki Kikuchi. He's working in his 33rd ball game of the year. He's got 2 wins and 3 losses. The first pitch is a fastball delivered for a called strike on Soto. The count is 0-1. 30 2/3 innings. He's given up 26 hits. He's walked 10. He has struck out 38, and he's got himself an ERA of 3.52. As the Giants right-hander delivers a breaking ball that swung on and tapped foul just past the bag at third base, and the count remains at 0-2 to Soto. So no balls and 2 strikes. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, it's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat for the Giants, Brinson, Akihiro, and Asano. So interested to see how that's going to shape up. We'll see what the BayStars decide to do, if Azuma stays in or not. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-2 to Neftali Soto. Our friend, they say that Azuma is still there. Question, JB Berger says, well, we still think the BayStars are going to keep it together. I do. Had them at the beginning of the night. We've been saying it the whole night. As there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. My problem is that not only do we have the BayStars for a potential victory, or at least in my opinion, it's also the BayStars for another shot. Our friend CV is still in the house. It's a great ball game tonight. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. Tyler asked the question, are they warming up another arm? That's the one thing it looks like they are doing. They've got action in the pen, but I don't know if they're going to close this out or not with the right-hander, if they'll go to him straight away. It is number 68 who is up and throwing. Our friend Living Room Sports jumps in here. Appreciate you for being there. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Neftali Soto. The right-hander ready to go back to work again here is Kikuchi. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Soto. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Soto goes in the books for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Taisi Oda. Living Room Sports making it in here a little bit late. We were taking attendance earlier, and he wasn't here. For those of you who looked at Living Room Sports, he sometimes makes NPB predictions on his channel. Currently, his mind is taking place with a minor league football league that takes place up in Canada. But he makes his predictions pretty much on the daily for the NPB when he gets a chance. Here's the breaking ball that is delivered to Oda. It swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. For Oda tonight, he is 0 for 3. He has grounded out and struck out twice in his 3 trips to the plate. As the right-hander Kikuchi ready to deliver again. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that just misses down. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Oda. 2 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. As it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. I have a feeling we're going to see some wholesale changes for the Giants when it comes to their bats in the inning. It looks like that they have, is it Shibata that's up and throwing in front of their dugout? So we may be seeing Another right-hander here. There's a fastball swung on and missed by Oda. The count is 2-2. So it does look like the possibility somebody coming in for the BayStars. Don't see him in the lineup. Shibata looks like it's one of the infielders who's playing catch to come in to replace Miyazaki. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. It was Kohei Morihara who was up and throwing in the BayStars bullpen earlier. I wouldn't bat an eye that he is the one who comes in to try to close this one out. So the right-hander working to the set position. Here comes the pitch from Kikuchi. Fastball swung on. It's popped up. They can't see it. Oshiro now does as he's racing to the backstop. And that ball is just going to get into the second row behind the netting. That's going to keep the count at 3-2 on Oda. Our friend RL says the NFL preseason is underway and the movement there is just way too crazy. I don't know how you bet on exhibition NFL games. It's like people betting on exhibition NPB games. It's crazy. It's very, very difficult. It's like throwing darts at a dartboard blindfolded without the dartboard on the board on the wall. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. This ball is trouble, and this ball is gone. A home run again by the BayStars to extend the lead to 4-2. Taisi Oda takes Kikuchi yard, and the Giants have given up their second home run of the inning, and it is now a 4-2 ball game. So maybe for the people who've taken the under, that should be the bigger concern if they can keep this game at an under. So 4-2. BayStars have the lead. So Jimmy says he's got himself an insurance run. Unreal. He just can't seem to put it away. That's only the third home run of the season by Oda. That adds insult to injury. There's a first pitch to Yamamoto that's taken for a ball upstairs, and the count's 1-0. Yamato tonight is 0 for 3. He has flown to right. He has grounded to the pitcher, and he has flown to center as there's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Living Room says, is there crying? Only if there's beer. Crying in your beer does seem to happen. Fastball that misses inside. The count's now 3-0 to Yamamoto, and Kikuchi's now kicking dirt all over the place. So 3 balls and no strikes to Yamamoto. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike it is to Yamamoto. 2 gone here in the 9th. 3 BayStar runs on the board. They have a 4-2 lead over the Giants. As the right-hander Kikuchi kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. And now the count is full to Yamamoto. You know, the problem here with Kikuchi is since he's entered the ball game, this is the 3rd hitter he's faced, and he's been to full counts on Soto, Oda, and Yamamoto. He is not very pitch efficient. This is pitch number 20 of the inning for him, and he's only faced 3 batters. There's a fastball that swung on, and it's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. While you guys are talking about putting your nickels and dimes on stuff, I wonder what our friend, the Living Room, has to say about the Women's World Cup tonight. Looks like Japan and Sweden are just about to kick off. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hammered foul down the right field line. The count remains at 3-2 to Yamamoto. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Shotgun Shells pumping his fist on the Japanese women. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander works to the set and now delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, coming in hard as the center fielder Brinson, he slides and makes the catch. And that is going to do it. But there's been damage done, and there's been lots of it here in the 9th inning. 3 runs on the benefit of 2 homers in the inning. The 2 runs shot by Mackey and the solo by Oda on 3 hits. There was no errors and nobody left the board. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 4 and the Yomiuri Giants 2. Stick around. This game's not over yet. We'll be right back for the call of the bottom of the 9th inning when we return in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the BayStars who have a 4-2 lead going to the bottom of the 9th inning. We're waiting on confirmation if it is going to be the right-hander Morihara, the closer Kohei Morihara, coming in to finish this one off, or if they're going to stay with Azuma here. I would think that Morihara is going to be the one to close this one out, but we're just waiting here. Morihara, of course, is a former Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagle who has been around here the last couple of seasons, came over in a trade from the ball club last year, but we're waiting here to get the confirmation in just a moment. He was the right-hander who was heating up. We're getting the replays of the home runs that has silenced the crowd for the most part. They did have the section for the BayStars visiting fans is in left field. So kind of appropriate that those home runs had went into that seating area. It is going to be a right-hander on now here for the BayStars. It is going to be number 68, Morihara, who is on the hill. And the first pitch is delivered, a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Lewis Brinson. Brinson tonight 0 for 3. He has popped to short. He has popped to second, and he's grounded to third. It's the 30th appearance of the year for Morihara. Kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on. Grounded over to short. Backhanded by Yamato. He throws to first, and that is 1 in the books. A ground out 6-3 for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuto Akihiro. Was giving you the information on Morihara. Morihara is working his 30th ball game of the year. He's got a 2-0 record. He's got 4 saves. He's worked 26 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 20 hits, 5 walks. He's struck out 24 as he delivers a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. He also has an ERA, a sparkling ERA of 2.36 for the veteran right-hander who is 31 years old. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Lots of action here. Our friend CV said he scored some Fairfield basketball and he's going to rip it open. And here comes a pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit into shallow center field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Kuwahara. So the Giants have something brewing here now. And that is a single. So a single here for Akihiro to put the runner at first. And that is going to bring up a pinch hitter here for Shogo Asano, as they are going to be bringing up here a pinch hitter, and it looks like it's going to be Sho Nakata. So Sho Nakata into pinch hit. And the big fella here, he's got some pop in the stick, does Nakata. This year here, he's only got 13 homers. A number of times in his career, he has hit over 20 homers in a season. Most of it was with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters back in the day. So Sho Nakata here waiting on the first offering, and the offering from Morihara is a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nakata came over to the Giants in the 2021 season. If I remember correctly, there was some criticism that he had delivered to the fighters. He was a longtime fighter player. Again, his career back in 2009. As the fastball is missed outside for a ball, the count's 1-1. So he'll be familiar with Morihara. As Morihara was a Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagle, both of these players playing in the Hokkaido region. So runner at first, Akihiro. Nakata at the plate. We would assume we're going to see somebody in the pinch hitting spot. The pitcher's spot next. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Nakata. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's been a great night for baseball tonight. Putting aside the differences of opinion in the chat with regards to the betting, we do appreciate everybody who has made it in to listen to us here tonight. Give it the call of the Giants and the BayStars. So here comes the offering from the right-hander who delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Nakata goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Oh, Morihara just blew it right by him. That was a next-level fastball by the right-hander. And it's supposed to bring up the pitcher's spot in the batting order. So let's see what they have here. Do the Giants in this spot. Well, this is going to bring up number 13. This is Kajitani, who hit here the last time. He had gone in defensively. So they had made a double switch. Kajitani grounded out to third his last time up. It was a great defensive play by the third baseman. Kajitani was a longtime base star who takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So in some ways, it would kind of be appropriate if he could haunt his former team. Unless, of course, you're cheering for the BayStars. You don't want any haunting going on. He's batting .282 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 14 RBIs. He has many times hit more than 10 in a season. As that fastball misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1 on Kajitani. The top of the order in Chono is waiting on deck. So the BayStars looking to pull a rabbit out of their hat here with 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning. As the right-hander works to the set position. And now Morihara ready to deliver. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the third base line. And now the Giants are down to their final strike. As we are here waiting on the offering here. And just as that happens, we lost our feed for a minute. So now we've got runners at first and second. It'll be the top of the order in Chano. So I don't know how exactly the runner has reached base. But we do have Chano at the plate. We've got our feed here all set and ready to go. Our B feed in place. So no chat for us. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly no balls and 1 strike to Chano. So that looked like it was a base hit into left center field for Cagitani. So that's how the runner went from first to second and how the batter runner reached first. So they do have a pinch runner. So runners are at first and second. No balls and 1 strike to Chano. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Morihara, who works to the set position. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the right field line. Giving a chase is the right fielder, and making a catch as he runs into the wall is the right fielder Oda, and that is going to do it here. That is going to be the end of the ball game as Chano is flown out for out number 3. Well, the Giants in their half of the inning, they give the BayStars a scare. There was no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left the board. Your final score from the Egg in Tokyo was the Yomiuri Giants falling to the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 4-2. We appreciate everybody here for being in here. We thank you guys for all listening here tonight. We're going to come right back in just a moment to wrap this baby up. But hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Once again from our friend Steve.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Appreciate everybody dropping in to listen tonight. We appreciate all of our listeners, whether you're a gambler or a baseball fan or just the fan of the Japanese League. We appreciate you guys for being here tonight. Again, your final score 4-2 for the BayStars over the Giants. We'll give you the recap of this one. The scoring got underway in the 5th inning. In the bottom of the 5th, the Giants opened the scoring with 1 out. Yuto Akihiro reached on an error by the first baseman Neftali Soto. And then after Shogo Asano and Kai Yokokawa singled, up stepped Hisayoshi Chono, and he knocked in the first run of the ball game with a sacrifice fly to right field. That opened the scoring for the Giants as it was 1-0. Well, the BayStars got that one back in the top of the 7th with 1 out. It was a leadoff double by Shugo Maki. Up steps Neftali Soto and singles him home. That evened the score at 1 apiece. Well, in the bottom of the 8th inning, it was Chono again. With 1 gone, he had a solo shot. He knocked in both runs tonight for the Giants. That was his 4th on the season to give the Giants a 2-1 lead. But that's where the problem was. They went to the bullpen, and Kota Nakagawa unable to solve and finish off the BayStars. With 1 out, it was Toshiro Yamazaki with a single, and then Shugo Maki hit a 2-run homer to put the BayStars in the lead 3-2. After Neftali Soto struck out, up stepped Taisi Oda, and he hit a solo shot, and that made the scoreline 4-2, and that's where it ended. BayStars get the win 4-2 over the Giants, and that is going to do it all for us here tonight. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for being here. We're calling it a night tonight. Tomorrow and maybe the night after, we will do another game. Tomorrow night we'll be on the airwave at 10 o'clock, but it should be another one after that. Appreciate you guys for being here, and we thank you guys for listening to the channel. Once again, it has been our pleasure to give you guys the call of the NPB. Tomorrow, same 2 teams all over again. Hopefully you guys can make it in for that one. The early starters announced for tomorrow night's affair, as we can give you that before we leave. It is looking like for tomorrow, it is going to be Yori Yamazaki going for the Giants. Kentaro Taira will take to the hill for the BayStars. Again, that game is going to go off at 10 o'clock on the 10 o'clock here on the West Coast. The other game that will go off at the same time at the Bantalin Dome, Dragons and the and the Carp, but we're going to stay with the Giants and the BayStars for tomorrow night as well. And then a reminder on Saturday at 9 o'clock Pacific or midnight Eastern, from the PayPay Dome, it is going to be the Fighters and the Hawks. We look forward to bringing you that one as well. All right, everybody, have yourself a great night. We appreciate you guys for being here. We thank you again, everybody who was in the stream here tonight. We thank you guys for your support. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. It's been another Last Wraps Baseball video production. Have a great night, everybody.